is a little bit harder, and you're going to have to be very careful, so I do not want you going ahead. Today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be graphing systems of inequalities, of linear inequalities. So, do you remember when we did systems of equations? Yes. Okay. So this is going to be very similar to that, but now we're going to be graphing two lines, and we're going to be looking for the overlapping shaded region. So where the shaded regions actually overlap. So let's look at the first example. We have y is greater than or equal to negative 3x minus 1, and y is less than x plus 2. The first thing I want to do is I want to label my lines 1 and 2. And we did this when we solved systems by graphing. Can you see everything on the screen?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes.
You can see me and everything. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to graph line 1. So y is greater than negative 3x minus 1. I'm going to go to my y-intercept of negative 1. I'm going to go up 3 and to the left 1. Okay? And then up 3 again. Oops, 1, 2, 3. Wait, 1, 2, 3. And to the left 1. All right? Is my line going to be solid or dotted?
Solid.
It's going to be solid. Good. All right, so now I'm going to make my line as best I can. Coach Fred's doesn't look so great.
Oh, that looks really good.
All right. And then I'm going to label it line 1. Okay? Now, I'm going to take my pencil, but when I shade, I'm going to shade very lightly. Okay, so I'm actually going to use a highlighter to do this, which you guys, if you have one, but you're going to do it, I don't want you to use a highlighter, I want you to use your pencil. So we're going to shade lightly. It says y is greater than, so y is greater than would be above the line, so it would be over here. So very lightly shade.
Oh, that would be greater.
That's greater than, remember, y is above the line, above the y-intercept, so above would be above to the right of the line. All right, there's line 1. Now, I go to line 2. My y-intercept is 2, positive 2. I'm going to go up to my positive 2. So 1, 2. And it's not calibrated right. And then I'm going to go up 1 over 1. Up 1 over 1. Okay? And this line, Chi-Chi, what is this line going to be? Dotted or solid?
I think it's gonna be dotted.
I think it's going to be dotted. It's going to be a dashed line, meaning that the inequality actually doesn't include that line. Okay. And then my shading on this, let's see if I can switch highlighter colors.
Okay,
I'm going to switch to green. Okay?
Okay.
It says y is less than. Let me do it, Jackie, okay? And then, so less than would be less than the red line. So now I'm going to shade less than. Okay,
Should we do this darker so you can tell the difference?
No, you're going to shade it lightly as well. Okay.
So use different color.
Where is it overlapping?
In the first quadrant.
Okay. It's overlapping, guys. If it's here, if it's above and below the line, the overlapping region. Wait, I did something wrong.
Oh. No, I think you did it correctly.
I did y is less. I did that correctly, didn't I? Y is less than?
Yeah.
Okay, so then the overlapping region, and this will be where you shade it in as dark as you can.
Oh, that looks so cool.
Okay?
What's
be
in
there.
purple?
That's the
That's the color. The highlighter I'm using is now purple, and it's turning those other two black. So that's the solution. The overlapping region is the solution. Okay?
Whoa.
So much coloring.
I never would have guessed.
What?
Whoa.
Never would have
Oh
guessed.
my god, Cole, I'm fascinated by this, Cole. How'd you learn?
I'm going to
Cole's
try
an
it.
artist.
He is an artist.
Oh, wow. Sorry, I forgot your phone name.
Okay. All right, moving on. Does everybody understand? We're looking for the overlapping shaded area.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do another one. I made it slightly harder. Only still go ahead and label the lines 1 and 2. But I just didn't put them in y equals mx plus b. All right, so we're going to do that. My first one, I'm going to subtract x, so I'll get negative 2y is less than or equal to negative x plus 3. Remember, we want to put it in y equals mx plus b. All right, Alex, when I divide by the negative 2, what's going to happen?
We have to divide it by everything and it flips the sign.
Good, it flips the sign, so we get y is greater than or equal to 1/2 x minus 3 over 2.
That's what I want.
Okay? So I'm going to graph that. Now this one you have to be careful with because my point, my intercepts, and my slope are fractions. So I'm going to go down to negative 1.5, which is right about
1.5.
Just regular one.
3 over 2.
Just regular.
Oh, sorry.
negative 1.5. And then I'm going to go use my slope. I'm going to go up 1, which would get me at negative 0.5, right? And then over 2. And then I'm going to go up 1 again and over 2. My line is going to be solid because it's equal to. And this is what I do for the shading, guys. If I'm having trouble like with all the shading, I sometimes will say, okay, y is greater than. I'll just do this, like just put lines,
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah.
So I'm going to do it on this one so you can see it. So that means y is greater than. All right, now I do the other line, line 2. So my y-intercept is negative 4, and my slope is 3. So up, let's see, 1, 2, 3 over 1, and then up 1, 2, 3 and over 1. My line in this case is going to be, it's going to be dashed or dotted because it's just less than.
Wait, how does your second line look like that?
What do you mean?
No, we'll see. No, it's fine, it's fine.
Mine doesn't look like up 1 over 2, right?
Over 3.
Up 3 over 1.
You guys are on, okay, so this one? So you're on this one,
Oh, okay.
You were using the wrong
Okay,
slope.
okay.
okay? This one, I have now y's are less than, aren't they? Y's less than? Okay, so y's less than this red line would be below it. What in the world did I do?
No, I think it makes sense. It makes sense because it's going to overlap in that,
Shouldn't you do
that
the
upper
air,
place.
shouldn't you do the lines like a different
Yeah,
way?
they're going to overlap. No, it's going to overlap. There, you see where it's overlapping.
In the first quadrant, it's gonna.
Oh,
See
yeah.
where it's overlapping?
Oh, yeah.
First
that's-
quadrant.
Oh,
The
yeah.
overlapping area would be
The first quadrant.
overlap, yeah.
right here.
No, but isn't
It's
it
not
y
just one quadrant. And this one it is.
This is y is greater than,
That's what I got.
which is above. This one's y is less than, which is below.
Has no range though.
I did them all wrong. And I did them. I was rushing. Okay?
Good friend, you tell us after.
I rushed because I wanted to have it done. And I shouldn't
got
have.
caught.
Okay, so I learned my lesson. All right, are we ready? Do we understand? Grant, are we okay?
Yeah.
All right.
Yep, buddy.
Shout out. Shout out to who?
Matthew Glenn.
Okay, any other shout outs?
Marley
Wepper.
Joey!
Shout out to Marley Wepper. Okay.
Swaggy T.
Moving on. The only way I can get this make this harder, guys, is if I give you 3 inequalities.
Are you?
Being
I love you,
very
Swaggy.
careful with 3 inequalities. Look at these first 2 inequalities. Those are those special lines we keep talking about. Sophie, what kind of line is x is greater than 0?
A vertical line.
Vertical line, hoi vux, x, right? Vertical x. All right, so I know that one of my lines, x is greater than 0. I have a vertical line going down the axis.
You can't
Got
even
it.
draw the line.
And greater than that would be everything in this region over here. Okay? My second line, so that's 1, 2, and 3. My second line is what type of line, Emma?
Horizontal.
Horizontal line at 0.
Oh, Emma.
And it wants y is greater as well. So that's going to be above. Who can tell me right now which quadrant the overlap is?
Number 1.
Quadrant 1, okay? Inequalities 1 and 2 restrict the solution to which quadrant? Quadrant 1. Excellent, Cole. All right, so now I have this last inequality, so I have to put it into
Y equals mx.
y equals mx plus b. So we're going to do that. We're going to subtract 4x. Oops. Sorry. Plus 24. Then we're going to divide by 3. And we're going to get y is less than or equal to negative 4/3 x plus 8. So I'm going to go up to 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then I'm gonna go down 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and to the right 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then down 4 again, and to the right 3, so right about there. It's a solid line. Okay, it's a solid line. And my shading is y's less than, so going to the y-axis, that means I want it to be under the line.
Isn't it a right angle?
So where's my little shaded area? Where's my overlapping, Allie?
In the little triangle area?
It's in the little triangle area that's right here. Beautiful. Okay, so I'm gonna stop the video there, but I'm gonna give you guys all a chance to say.
I'll be in